Hey, classmates. Guess who?
Hey guys, this is Brett, and welcome back to another episode of Hard Lessons True Crime Podcast.
Yes. Sporadically here lately.
Sporadically here lately, we are going to get on a schedule. We've been changing a few things up a little bit and going to see how they go.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Bada
Here we
bing,
are.
bada boom. That's right. Um, so, Teach, spent a few days at the lake this last week. How was it?
Oh my gosh.
Little paradise on earth in this
Okay.
little slice of Texas we call the Panhandle.
Yes. It was windy, naturally, and hot, but it was good, relaxing time and just chilling and not worry about technology or anything else in the world. It was just there we were.
I got to go up and hang out with Teach and her friend Veronica, who is also a teacher, and the world's greatest nephew Ryan. Although he wasn't feeling good that day, but it was, don't worry about your phone. Don't worry about sit out there, enjoy nature, play some games. It was a blast.
It was.
Even just the few hours I got to be there.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty awesome. Excuse me. It's pretty awesome.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So before we get started, got a couple of little things to discuss, talk about true crime wise, podcast wise.
Okay.
Um,
Well, let's get it.
Heck yeah. So we are officially not the only podcast in Pampa, Texas.
Ooh.
Launching this week will be Hallowed Echoes podcast.
Ooh.
Mother and son hosts Ann E. and David Lloyd.
Do we know him?
Yeah, Annie is Nicole's age, I think, maybe a little bit younger. My sister Nicole, married to the world's coolest brother-in-law.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not her brother-in-law. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. Yeah. So my friend Mika that I graduated with, and there was just one house in between us growing up. Annie is her little sister.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Heck yeah. So Hallowed Echoes. It's going to be for now just on YouTube. But if you're into ghost stories, if you're into folklore, the occult, conspiracy theories, give them a listen. You can also find them on Facebook at Hallowed Echoes Podcast.
Now, have they started?
They should be doing their first episode, I think, this week.
Okay.
Publishing their first episode this week. So I'll get with Mika and find out for sure, but I think that was the plan.
Okay, yeah, because that would be cool, because I would listen to it.
Absolutely. As far as true crime news goes, probably no hotter name right now than Karen Reed, the Boston, Massachusetts woman that was accused of hitting her boyfriend and leaving him in the snow to die. Boston PD officer John O'Keefe. Keith? Keith? Words are hard.
Yes.
She was found not guilty of murder or manslaughter this last week, but she was found guilty and given 1 year probation for a DWI.
Well, she was driving drunk.
I have a problem with that.
Why?
No cop saw her drive. They didn't see her till the next day. She was already sobered. She admitted to having 5 or 6 beers and 4 or 5 shots. And she said, yes, I was impaired. I probably should not have been driving, but I was less impaired than John was. So that's why I was driving.
But she left him there. I thought they got into a fight and she left.
They were leaving the bar and they were having another party at another cop's house.
Yes, yes.
She didn't really get along with this cop's wife/girlfriend, whatever, his significant other. And so she was like, hey, why don't you go in, see if we're really welcomed here? If there's going to be any issues, there's going to be any problems, we can just leave. She said he got out of the car and she saw him walk up to the front door. And she was like, well, that bastard's just going to stay. Her words, not mine. That bastard's just going to stay. So she backed up and drove off and went home thinking he'll just come home the next morning. And 8 o'clock next morning, when he never did, her and another friend drive back over there and he's laying out in the yard.
So he actually slipped and fell before he even got into this person's house.
She says she saw him up on the porch of the
Yeah, but
person's
she
house.
was inebriated. She could have passed out.
So my problem with her, I mean, yeah, if you're gonna get convicted of something, I'd rather be convicted of a DWI than murder or manslaughter, obviously.
Obviously.
But no cop saw her drunk. No DA saw her drunk. They just have her admitting that she was drunk and she was driving.
Well, they had to convict her on something.
Uh,
Anyway, what is done is done.
What's done
I
is
hope
done.
whatever the truth is found out, or whatever
Happened
evidence.
is,
Yeah, because I mean, that's curious.
it is. Some fingers point to the cops, uh, because apparently there was some bad blood between some of the officers that were there and Mr. O'Keefe.
Well, then why go?
So
why on earth would you knowingly go to a house where there's going to be people that you do not like?
maybe you didn't know they would actually show up. Maybe you're to the drunken state that it just doesn't matter. Maybe male bravado. You can't tell me where to go or what to do. I'll come here if I want to. You got to think like a man, not a woman.
And see where it got him.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I'm not trying to be mean.
No, right. Absolutely. So a little bit closer to home as far as Texas, but not our little chunk of heaven called the Panhandle. Elmer Wayne Henley is coming up for parole again. He was arrested and charged in 1973 for the murder of Dean the Candyman Coral. He would have been a convicted serial killer. He was Texas' version of John Wayne Gacy. He murdered and buried close to 30 people, young men.
I don't know this story.
Yeah, we'll cover him at some point.
So you're letting all the good information in?
No.
Okay. I was like, wait a second, don't tell me all this stuff.
So Elmer murdered Dean and has
Elmer.
come on, dude. I mean, thank you for taking him out, but Elmer was also an accomplice of Dean's.
So don't give no details.
No, he's been in prison for since 1973. He has come up for parole and been denied over 20 times, so it's not looking favorable.
Maybe he hasn't fared well in prison.
Maybe.
And he still has his attitude.
He is reaching like his 70s, so maybe they're like, let's get this geriatric out of here. You know, how could he be harmful to society now?
No, I don't know.
I don't either. I think he will die there in prison.
Probably. I need more details, so I can't wait to hear all that.
Yes, ma'am. And there is, I can't remember if it's on Netflix or if it's on Prime, but there's a documentary coming out about Elmer where he's allegedly finally going to speak and tell about everything.
Tell the story. Yep.
Like I said, do you remember if it's Netflix or?
I believe it's Netflix.
That's what I was thinking, but I wasn't 100% sure. So that's all I've got as far as news and stuff. Are you ready to get started?
I absolutely am.
I've been practicing. Ready?
Yes. Class is started.
I need to
Whatever.
practice
We
some
all
more.
need to practice again. Class is in session. Let's be proper now.
Yes, ma'am. The more you know.
Less my brain needs to know.
The moon is slowly leaving the Earth.
What?
It drifts away from the Earth at a rate of about 1.5 inches per year.
So it's moving away from us.
Away from us. So you know what that means.
No.
In about 600 million years, there will not be any more lunar eclipses because the moon will be way smaller than the sun's.
So is it moving closer to Mars? Where's it going? Another gravity force has to be pulling it away.
Well, that article didn't go into all that detail.
That's because you didn't research it.
You know, when I do stuff like 5 minutes before we record, I've got limited time.
Well, I'm just saying, you should have known I would have asked that. Like, what's pulling it away? Is Earth losing gravity?
Might be why I keep falling.
I doubt that. Oh. All
right. So, going to give a little bit of a trigger warning. This one is gross. It's sadistic. And it's sad. And I have entitled it.
Entitled or titled? Because entitled is not.
Like I was saying, I have titled it Sewn into a Smile.
Oh my gosh.
The Hello Kitty Murder.
Okay. I've never heard of this. This is interesting.
And we are going to be going over to Japan.
Okay.
So I will be mispronouncing some names.
Well, you're going to do your absolute best. So
I'm going to say it with confidence, but it's going to be wrong.
Okay.
I'm confident about that. So, here on Hard Lessons, we talk about real monsters.
Yes.
Sometimes those monsters walk among us. We may see them at the grocery store. They may be raising their kids. Yes. They may look like your next door neighbor. Mm-hmm. When I say that, I'm picturing BTK.
Yeah. And he was a church deacon?
He was president of the elders.
Oh.
Let's get it right. Yeah.
President of the elders.
He was the man.
All right.
Sometimes these monsters like to boil their victims in pots on a stove.
Dahmer tried to cook his people.
He did.
On the stove.
He did.
Some people believe that he actually fed his family. People meat. Yeah. That's sad. Please don't do that.
I won't do that. I don't like the sight of blood, so you're safe. Today we're going to go, like I said, across the ocean over to Hong Kong.
Okay.
This is a case that about 25 years old, but it still haunts many of the people there today, and they secretly talk about it.
Okay.
It's drenched in violence, in fear, and something nightmares are made of.
Well, yes. If you're boiling people, there's nightmares somewhere happening.
This actually sounds more like something that happened in real life, or less like something that happened in real life, and something that would be the plot of a really good movie.
Yes. Is this a movie?
I didn't see anything.
Okay. Because I'm going to be like, that's not what this is about. But anyway, continue.
Okay. So, Fan Man Yi is our victim. I'll go ahead and let you know that. She didn't grow up with very many chances. She was basically thrown away and raised in a girls' home.
Because she's female.
By her early teens, and I'm talking like 13, 14 years old, she was heavily into drugs and was working prostitution on the streets to make ends meet.
So she wasn't in the group.
She left it. She ran away.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. But by the time she was 23, she was scratching and clawing her way back out of this mess. She was married. She had a little girl, and she had a job as a hostess at a nightclub. So, she's off the streets. She's trying.
Yes, absolutely.
There's still struggles, but she's trying. And unfortunately for Fan, um, one night she made a desperate mistake.
Sounds like it.
So there is a gang over in Hong Kong called the Triad that are heavily involved in drugs.
Did she owe them money?
She did not. But one of their biggest dealers, a man by the name of Chan Man Lok, or Lok, L-O-K, had been to the nightclub
Okay.
and dropped his wallet. And Fan and her little family was in need of some cash. And so instead of returning it to him, she stole it.
Uh-oh. Not with a big drug leader person. You don't do that.
No. That decision would cost her everything. March of 1999, Chan, along with, I guess you could call them foot soldiers,
Okay.
two loyal,
his people.
yeah,
His followers, yeah.
identified as Ling Sheng Cho, who was just 14 years old, and Ling Hua Loon, kidnapped Fan and drug her to an rundown apartment on Granville Road in Kowloon, section of Hong Kong.
Okay.
And when I say run down, like they should have been torn down.
So we're talking the ghetto type.
Very much.
Okay.
Very much.
That's probably the best place because nobody is going to pay attention.
Right. So over the next month, what they do to Fan is inhumane.
They kept her for over a month. Did it?
Oh. They would beat her.
So where did they kidnap her from?
Just outside the nightclub when she was getting off one night.
Okay.
They shattered her spirit.
Well, yeah.
She was tied up. They would hang her from the ceiling with electrical wire. And just before she would pass away, they would let her down just to hang her over and over again.
So they literally just torturing.
So far, the stuff that I've told you is humane.
Yeah. Well, I think torture is humane, but yes. Okay.
I forgot to mention that all of this over the month that she was held captive there, she was naked.
Of course.
I mean, why not?
Degrade them even further by being naked.
They would slam metal pipes across her legs and feet.
That would hurt.
Would. And then in her most sensitive body parts that were exposed, they would poke her with melted plastic. That's still humane. because when she would complain about being hungry or thirsty, they fed her her own feces and forced her to drink her own urine.
I don't understand.
The concept,
Yeah.
the vileness.
Yep. I don't. This is beyond. This sounds like Vietnam torture stuff to me.
Sometimes they wouldn't torture her. They would spend days not torturing her. But as she would lay on the floor bleeding and crying for help, they would just laugh at her and mock her.
Well, yeah, I mean, because to them that's funny.
Mm-hmm.
How dare you take our income? Let's just drag this out, torture you till you are barely anything.
Exactly.
This poor girl.
She was basically a zombie by this point, a living corpse. One of the men would later say, we would, for our fun, for our pleasure, we would do things just to make her scream.
That's like psychotic
That,
crap.
that was hard to say.
Oh, I know. I saw you, and I was trying to picture what this. They're not human. The
No.
being could have been doing to her, because I mean, yeah, I don't even know. There's just no words. I'm heartbroken for this girl.
And the thing that I keep thinking about and going back to, one of the perpetrators, 14,
And
14
he
years
thought it
old.
was funny.
She.
She thought it was funny.
Well, because her boyfriend
Is the leader?
is the 34-year-old leader.
Oh my god.
So she's trying to please her man.
Okay. And of course, we do not fully understand the way of life like this,
Mm.
of games and everything that you have to do within a game. And case in point, I mean, we don't understand any of that. So, from this perspective of a 14-year-old girl torturing another female and laughing, no, she was making an adult decision.
She was.
She needed to be death penalty, but she's in a different country, so I don't know what happened.
Eventually, Finn stopped begging.
Yeah, I mean,
Her body just couldn't take it anymore.
oh, I mean, how could she put it? I mean, starving her, no real water. Sounds like they probably forced her to eat her own body, basically.
Pretty much.
And there wasn't anything to actually eat. She wasn't eating, so there wasn't anything.
One night, they don't even know which night, she passed away. Death was merciful, either from the weeks and weeks of torture, from malnutrition. Oh, this part I forgot to tell you. They would also pump her body. She had been working hard on getting clean, staying clean, full of meth. So it could have been a meth overdose. But even in death, the torture didn't end because they can't be caught. And probably the most sadistic thing They didn't panic.
No, they wasn't panicking this whole month. They were going about their life. Nobody knew what was going on.
Exactly. They laughed
There's no
at her
telling
death.
what all they did with her body, posing her. I mean, this is terrible, terrible, terrible. They're not humans.
Then they get to work destroying her body.
Mm.
They dismembered her in the bathroom of that filthy abandoned apartment. They boiled her head and organs in a wok. And the smell, the neighbors reported, was so bad they were thinking it was rotting garbage that people had left behind.
Oh, okay, wait a minute.
Now, the building wasn't abandoned.
Okay.
That one apartment.
I kept thinking that whole building was abandoned.
Yeah, I should have been more clear. Just that one apartment was abandoned.
And nobody heard her crying for help? Or were they afraid to help? Because there's a difference.
There is a difference.
And then it's like, would the police even do anything about it?
Well, you'll see in a minute.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it was not garbage. It was her.
At least it was just body. They didn't start hacking her up while she was alive.
Now, you're familiar with the Hello Kitty doll.
Of course.
Probably seen the one that they call the mermaid. Hello Kitty is a mermaid. So they've got to keep a souvenir of their work they've done, right?
I don't I don't know. Like they don't have the memories. The stains all over everything. The smell in their clothes. They don't have any of that. They need another souvenir.
So what did they do?
Oh,
They took Fan's skull and they sewed it inside this Hello Kitty mermaid doll. So
yeah, so you can tell.
inside.
Huh? What did they do with it?
Oh, they kept it, snuggled with it at night. They, um, yeah,
It was
it was
just a
their
souvenir.
souvenir. But yeah,
So nobody would know, so there's no evidence.
there's no evidence. They boiled her body, her organs, they've dismembered her. The rumors going around Hong Kong about this story is that they did that so they wouldn't be haunted. You know, folks in Japan, they truly believe in the spirits and the ghosts. And so the thinking is, well, if we sew her skull inside this child's toy, it will pretty much trap her there and she won't haunt us.
I'm thinking would have deserved to be haunted.
I agree. I also agree with what the other folks think that they just did it for a twisted joke.
Yeah.
Let's sew this murdered woman's skull inside this kid's toy.
Yeah, it's just a joke.
They didn't
They
care.
they didn't have any compassion at all with all the torture and all of the things that they did to this girl.
Right.
Please tell me there's a silver lining to this.
Not a bright silver lining, but there is a sliver of silver.
Well, we know about the story, so somebody could have gotten caught. Okay.
The killers could probably gotten away with it, except one person couldn't take the screams anymore.
The 14.
The 14-year-old girl. She broke down uh, and went to the police.
Good. And what did the police do?
At first, they didn't believe her. They thought it was a joke. And she said, "Come go to the apartment with me." And so they did. And she showed them the Hello Kitty doll.
Okay. And of course, did they clean in the apartment or they just
Oh,
left it all
no.
there?
No, it's still filthy and nasty. They saw the boiling pots on the stove. They saw the decaying, rotting flesh and bones in the bathtub where they dismembered her. Um, they found her teeth, her hair. More bone fat fragments was found floating in old soup on the stove.
Why would you put anything like that in?
Bone broth. I don't know. This is not the episode to make a joke. I apologize for that.
Well, I didn't take it as a joke.
Yeah, I don't know why they would do that.
I don't know either. Okay, so they believed her.
They believed that, well, they didn't till they got there.
Well, that's what I meant.
Yes, yeah. The smell, it was still there.
Well, yeah.
All this time, they slept in that room. They had eaten in that kitchen. They laughed. They went on about life, just like nothing ever happened, in the same apartment where they had boiled a human being.
They didn't move. They
No,
thought it would be funny to say, hey, this is like free rent right here. This is abandoned.
that's right.
This is sick. They are disturbed.
Very disturbed. So Chan Man Lok, and
Yes.
his two minions were arrested and put on trial,
Okay.
including the 14-year-old.
Well, yeah, she participated.
Sadly, because of how thoroughly they destroyed Fan's body, the coroner could not confirm a cause of death.
What? What does that even matter? She's dead.
Well, and
They did it.
in the justice system in Japan, you have to, for murder, you have to have a cause of death. So because of that, they were not convicted of murder. They were convicted of manslaughter and false imprisonment, and were all given, all three, life in prison with the possibility of parole after 20 years.
What did the girl get?
All three of them got the same sentence.
Well, a while ago you said the leader and his two minions and the 14.
Well,
including
that the two minions includes the 14.
14. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought somebody else had joined the party at some point.
No, ma'am. 20 years, and they'll be eligible for parole. So they're eligible for parole because this happened in 99. I didn't see anything where any of them have been paroled. So hopefully
Probably
they've been
won't.
denied. But think about this. Fan Menyi was tortured, beaten, burned, starved, and it doesn't matter how she was murdered at the hands of these three. And then her grave is inside a doll. And in 20 years, these guys get a chance of freedom. Where was Fan's chance?
According to them, this was justice because she stole from them. And you know what? Maybe that money fed her baby. Maybe that money kept a roof over her head and her baby's head. But she stole. That is. I want to know if like are they all still alive?
I couldn't find anything about them, so either they've died or they're in prison still.
Do they have nightmares?
I hope so.
I something something because that's just any killer, honestly. And I know there's some that have no remorse whatsoever because they don't see the value in other humans. Um, Maybe that 14-year-old girl, she started feeling guilty, so maybe she turned her life around.
I'm hoping so.
Oh my gosh. Just, God.
The Hello Kitty murders wasn't just gruesome, it was symbolic. It showed what happens when evil meets indifference, when the vulnerable fall into the hands of predators and the system looks the other way. This wasn't about Hello Kitty. This was about power and sadism, about a woman whose final days were spent screaming in the dark while her killers just laughed at her.
And people ignoring the screams. Like, how can you ignore a scream from someone? Afraid or not.
The Lululemon murder. What's the women's closing?
Yeah. What murder? I mean, I don't.
We'll cover
Okay. I'm like,
it. Nah, we'll cover it.
okay. I'm just saying, like, how can other humans just do that? Again, we don't understand the whole dynamic of
Their culture and all, but
the real threat of gangs.
yeah,
I mean, it's not that I want to know anything about it, but when it comes to a human screaming for help, begging, just don't ignore it. Please don't ignore it. We got to think about that's somebody's that's somebody's child,
they threw
somebody's
her away
brother or
also.
sister.
Yeah.
I understand, and that's the culture because there's no value.
Mm.
Um, but I'm just saying in general,
Everybody
like
is a somebody.
exactly, and she deserves to be known for somebody for trying to better her life. And one mistake.
Costed.
Yep.
Her name was Fan Man Yi, and we will not forget her.
I hope we don't. I hope her daughter was able to grow up and not have to worry about not having and that she's able to provide for her family.
Absolutely.
Well,
That
you did a good job.
that is all I have this week, Teach. Classmates, if this case shook you, good. It should. Let's never forget. Let's never get numb to cruelty.
Exactly. That goes for other like people and animals, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
Makes me sick that there's people out there doing this to animals too. Lord help you if I ever find somebody that's doing it.
So, in a moment of transparency, I topped up my notes this week, and instead of writing them all out like I normally do, which I kind of enjoyed it a little bit better.
Doing it this way?
I think so.
Okay.
But so I saved them to a Word doc and I emailed it to myself, and so that's where I was checking my notes from.
That is weird.
And
Okay, I'll ask later.
okay, I'm just now realizing it didn't send my bibliography.
Oh, there's
So
points.
I know that there was an article in Time Magazine, so timemagazine.com or time.com, and there was an article in the New York Post, and then there was a foreign article.
Okay.
So, but I can't give you the titles of them.
Okay.
So, but that is the Hello Kitty.
Nope. As sad and whatnot that is. Thank you for bringing that to our attention of the depravity of people. I don't even know that they were people. To me, that they were just demons.
Basically, walking the earth.
Yeah, like that's. Mm-mm.
So, Teach, what was my grade this week?
Well, with not really having your bibliography, I would have to give you a B plus.
I'll take it.
There you go.
I'll take it. Think we need to end with a funny story from my cop days to kind of lighten the mood.
Definitely.
Okay. I don't think I've told this one. So early on in my law enforcement career, I was a deputy with the Hutchinson County Sheriff's Department over in Borger, Texas, covering the cities of Borger, Fritch, and Stinnett. And one Monday night, it was just myself and Deputy Shane Helms on duty. Now, Deputy Helms was just about as green as I was because he and I went through the academy together. So,
Okay.
thankfully, it was a Monday night because, Monday nights, not really busy, not a lot going on. So, he and I are doing our thing. We're checking out known drug houses, running license plates.
Staying busy, in other words.
Staying busy. About 8 o'clock, we went. I don't remember if it was Sonic or if it was. Remember the old Knowles Dairy Queen?
Yes, that little bitty one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't know if we went there. And we went somewhere and grabbed supper, brought it back to the sheriff's office, and ate. So we were in the middle of eating, and dispatch. My radio number was 8:30, and Shane was 8:40. So dispatch gets on the radio, code 12 to 8:20 or 8:30 and 8:40. So we both get on the radio and say, "Go ahead. Need you to go to the corner of 10th and I don't remember the side street. The 10th and such street. Got a report of a dead body." I was like, "Holy crap!" So we jump up. We're running out to our patrol cars. We acknowledge on the radio, 10-4, we're en route. And halfway to our cars, they're like, "That's right in the middle of the city of Borger. Why are they not calling Borger PD?" "I don't know, but let's go. They called us." So we get over onto 10th Street, take our turn. I go up one way. Shane turns and goes another way. I whip around, come back, we meet each other. He's like, "Did you see anything?" I was like, "No." We're sitting in our patrol cars talking, not on the radio. "Did you see anything?" "No." "Did you?" "No." So I get on the radio, 8:30, code 12. We've been all up and down the area. We can't find anything. And dispatcher gets on the radio and says, 10-4, from what I understand, according to the caller, there's several of them laying there. I look over and there's a cemetery. So I get on the radio. I was like, 10-4, code 12. They're all safe and secure. 10-4, 8:30. Thank you very much. Hey, when you get back to the sheriff's office, will you give me a call? 10-4.
So who was it?
It was Deputy Rick Spencer.
Mm-hmm.
He was on duty with us actually that night. But there had been an altercation in the jail the week before, and he was the decider of, if the jail violation was happened or whatever. And so he was up there holding court, and we kept running license plates, and it was disturbing them from getting their jobs done because in the jail they were also not only correctional officers, but they were the jailers also for the county. And so it kept disturbing him. And he was like, "Hey, I'd probably already be done if y'all shut up. Like, yes, sir. We're just gonna finish our supper and we'll wait here. He said, "Do me a favor. What? Unless you actually get a true call from here, don't leave the sheriff's office till I get down there." Okay. So about 10 o'clock, Rick showed up.
How fun.
You guys learned a lesson tonight? Yes, sir. All right.
Yes. Well, thank you for that story. It sounds like he was hilarious.
Oh my gosh, he was so funny. He was so fun to work with.
There you go.
You are welcome, Teach. Classmates, be good to each other. We're all just trying to survive right now. So don't torture anybody.
No, and if you see something or hear something, say something.
Speaking of that, this past Sunday, not this past Sunday, but July 13th was the 56th anniversary of Elsa Romo's murder. It's still unsolved, classmates, and her family is still wanting answers. If you know something, I know a lot of you may not have been around in Panhandle, Texas in the 1960s, but if your family has spoke about it, if you know anything, contact the Panhandle County Sheriff's Office.
That would be great if it could be solved.
That'd be awesome if it could be solved.
Yep.
And one more thing, don't listen to our podcast and us talking about the Hello Kitty murders and the murder of Elsa and all the other cases we've done. Be like, yeah, I bet you I could get away with that. Don't use us as a stepping stone.
That's disturbing.
That is disturbing. I had that thought the other day. So we will see you next week with another new episode. This one not as chilling, maybe a little bit out of this world.
Oh, okay.
But with that being said, if I can get it right.
Class is dismissed.
One of these days.